Okay, fine. Let's proceed. So I hope my voice is clear to everyone. Is it fine? Voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what was happened in the last class here? So I think we finished your model number 2 and we covered the last part of that model number 2 yesterday, correct now? So we finished your PLA, PAL, CPLA followed by your FPGA and difference between that. Okay. So these topics will replicate again in your model number 5 also. So it is advantage for you. So you can answer twice if they ask the question. Okay. So today we'll discuss model number 3. Screen is visible here. Screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So today we'll deal with your model number 3 that mainly concentrate on your flip-flops and latches. So till your model number 2, you went through with a concept called combinational circuit. Am I correct? So combinational circuit is what you learned in model number 2. So same way we have one more type of logic circuit that is called sequential. So your flip-flop and latches are a part of your sequential. So we'll try to discuss that. So we'll just summarize what exactly this model number 3 involves in your syllabus. So we'll be starting with the basic induction towards the logic gates. Then we will be dealing with your bistable elements. So using your NAND NOR logic, how to realize any basic gates. Then we'll be learning about your latches and how the timing consideration required in latches. Then we'll be dealing with your flip-flops. So different types of flip-flops, what we have. So then we'll be dealing with respect to your applications of such as registers, counters, in that again synchronous, ripple, carry, etc. Okay. So the main agenda of this model number 3 talks with respect to your sequential circuit. So model number 2 was completely on combinational, right? The same way here we'll be dealing with sequential circuit. So this is what the introduction about your model number 3. So I hope screen is visible and my voice is clear to everyone. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Screen
Yes,
visible
sir.
and I'm audible clearly, right? Okay, fine. So if you say any breaking in my voice, you can just intimate me. So I'll just check out the network issue. Okay. So I hope everyone know what is the meaning of logic circuits. So we've already constructed your NAND, NOR and all. So can anyone tell me how many types of logic gates you have? Types of logic gates. I think we have discussed earlier classes. We have it?
Basic and derived gates.
Good. So we have two types of logic gates. One is called basic gate and one more is called derived gates. Yeah. So basic gate, how many types you have?
3 types.
3 types. Which are those?
And, or, and not.
And or not.
Good. And, or, and not. So then if you come to derived gates,
And not.
derived gates, only AND and NOR, it involves your exclusive OR gate and
XOR,
exclusive NOR
XOR.
gate also. Okay. So the meaning of derived gates means using these gates, we can get any of the gates. For example, if I say AND and NOR, they are called as universal gates. Why? Because using this, I can get any gates. Okay. So that is what the things, and I hope logical symbol and the truth table, everything you already went through. So now what are the things you just need to know is what we'll discuss. So types of logic circuits means you have two. One is combinational, one is sequential. Yeah, you already learned the combinational part. Can anyone tell me what could be the difference between your combinational and sequential? Can anyone tell me what is the difference between combinational and sequential? Combinational, what you learned? What the thing you learned in combinational, how the input output are depending here? Am I audible? I am not getting response. Yeah, no one is there. Combinational circuit, what is the meaning of combinational? What happened? So what is the meaning of your combinational here? It depends upon what? Only present input or previous output also?
It does not.
Only present input, right?
Yes, sir.
So that is what the meaning of combinational. That is what you learned in model number 2 completely. You went through with adders, decoder, multiplexer, subtractor, then you went through with comparator. So many things were there, right? So that is what the thing you learned, combinational. So the outputs of this circuit depends upon the present input only. Okay, so if I say sequential, what could be the answer now? If I say sequential, what could be the answer? Yeah.
Depends on previous input.
Along with the present input, it depends upon the previous output also. We gave example of your flip-flop and latches. You can see the screen, right? So flip-flop and latches are a best example for your sequential circuit. So the output of a circuit will depends upon the present as well as the previous output. So that is what the advantage of your sequential or combinational. So am I clear with the difference first of all? Everyone, am I clear till here? My voice is breaking for you people. Is it not clear?
Clear, sir.
Is it breaking or is it audible?
Audible,
Yeah.
sir.
So you got the thing what we discussed, right, till now? So we discussed about logic gate, types of that, then two types in logic of combinational and sequential. So we discussed combinational is what, sequential is what. Is it fine till here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So I hope you got the difference. So the complete chapter number 3 is mainly concentrating on the sequential circuits. Okay. So you can look at the alignment. Just one sec. You can look at the alignment, how it looks. You can see here, if I take an inverter, so two inverters are cross coupled like this. So they are called as bistable element. I think I told one word called bistable. So what is the meaning of bi? Yeah. What is the meaning of bi?
Hmm.
Two. So it means I can, what we can do, we can connect the things in two direction. Correct? That is what the meaning of bistable. Is it fine here? So always remember whenever we use that type of cross coupled, you can see the diagram here, right? The cross coupled thing, what we can see here, I think cursor is visible clearly.
Sir, the slide
So
is
this
not
type of
changing, sir.
slide is not sharing.
It's not changing, sir.
No, sir.
It's in first page only.
Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Slide is visible here.
Now
Yeah,
it's
just check
sir.
out. I'll just to maximize. Yeah, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So the thing what I explained is the way you represent your sequential circuit is what I'm showing the cursor. Okay. So you can see the state 0 and state 1 and state 2. So inverter is how much? You have input 1 and 0, right? Only 2 inputs. So depending upon that, you can align it. So since it is a bistable latch, so you can connect two inverters in this format. So this is how you're going to connect your NAND, NOR, whatever things they are going to ask in this sequential circuit. Is it fine? So this is what the alignment part. Am I done till here? Is it fine here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll proceed. So you can see the things what I just put in lines for you. So that will tell you a clear difference between what? Combinational and sequential. You can see here the difference. Combinational circuits. So that depends only on previous. But here sequential that depends upon past as well as previous. Okay, na? So the present as well as past input. So coming to the next slide. You can see the diagram of the combinational circuit. So used to have a number of inputs and outputs. So such kind of things. So outputs were depending upon the, pardon?
Slide is not changing. It's in still sequential circuit slide.
Which slide here?
Sequential circuits. The latches
Only?
and the flip-flops are the building blocks that slide, sir.
Well, is it still in this one only? Just wait, I'll just
Yes,
close the
sir.
share screen. 1 minute. I'll just close it and once more I'll share, just check out. Is it visible now? Share screen is visible here.
Share screen is visible, sir, but slide is
Okay.
sequential.
Now check out. Now I will change to next slide. I'll just check out. Is it visible now? It's changing.
No, sir, it's not changing. Yes, sir, it's difference now. Yes,
It's
sir.
fine.
Yes,
I
sir.
think it is taking delay. So I think I moved to combinational circuit slide. Just check out. Is this visible? Combination circuit slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah, so this slide will tell you a complete thing about your combinational circuit in a point wise. Okay, if you just look at that, I have made a point wise bullets. So if you remember this much, that will tell you a complete explanation on combinational will be easy for you to remember. Okay, so you can look at there. So as the first point already you got no, and speed is faster. Can anyone tell me why the speed is faster here? Why the speed is faster? Why do you think the speed of your combinational is faster here?
There is no feedback, sir, on the previous output.
Good, there is no feedback, right? Very good. See, if there is no feedback, obviously whatever input you are giving, automatically all the outputs will be coming out. That's why the speed is fast. Hence, I can tell design is also easy. So you can see the answer as your friend told, feedback between input output is not there. So design part will become easy and it is a time independent. So there is no picture of time in this combinational circuit. That is what you are going to learn in sequential. What all the things you is coming, it is opposite of that. Okay. So speed will be faster, design will be complex because feedback is present and it is depending upon time. So the elementary blocks in the combinational are called as logic gates. In case of sequential, it is depending upon your latches and flip-flops. Okay. So where the combinational are used, mainly used in arithmetic and Boolean operation. Okay. And there is no storage element here. Correct now? So there you can't store the things. That is what's the drawback of your combinational. So that you can overcome in your sequential. So I hope you got this advantages and the things involved in combinational. And the last point you can see the examples which you already learned in module number 2, encoder, decoder, multiplex and your comparator, everything comes in a part of combinational. So diagram is also viewed there. So am I done with this slide? Is it fine here till here, everyone? See, I just want
Yes,
you
sir.
to brush up the things what you learned in model number 2 so that you'll understand better way because it is a continuation. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So same way I made one more slide based on your sequential. Is it visible? Slide is visible now?
No, sir.
I think it is taking delay. Just wait for a second and just check out. Still it
It
is in
came.
combination only. Is it changed?
It
Yes, sir.
changed, sir.
Okay, I think it will take few seconds of delay to change from what I have given next slide. Okay, so same way how we did your combinational sequential. Okay, so here the first point itself tells you the difference, correct now? So output depends upon present as well as previous output because feedback will be there. So since feedback is there, nothing but memory will be there. I need to store it, right? So if I say bistable, sequential circuit are called as bistable. So it means storage capacity is there. I can store 1 bit capacity. Okay. So obviously speed will be less and the design is tough compared to your combinational because of feedback path. And your combinational was time independent, but here it is time dependent. So the storage part is there, and as we told, building blocks in combinational was logic gates, but here it is with respect to flip-flops and latches. So you can look at the examples, counters, flip-flop, latches are a part of your sequential circuits. So you can look at the diagram also. So there are inputs here and memory element is there. Just go back. So input is here, memory element is there, right? So you can see the next state and previous state and corresponding output in the sequential part. You can look at this diagram. So main thing you remember the block diagram. See, it is a thing which is obtained from combinational only. For any combinational circuit, if you add any feedback or a memory element, that becomes your sequential. So is it fine till here? Everyone, is it fine?
Yes, sir.
So we'll proceed. So check out if this slide is visible. The latches difference I have given. See, these are the two things you're
Visible.
going to learn. Is it visible here? Latches and flip-flop slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. See, model number 3, the topics which you are going to learn mainly on latches and more on flip-flops, along with the flip-flop application of flip-flops. Okay, so you can expect almost 25 to 30 marks from flip-flop itself and remaining 10 to 12 marks from your latches. So flip-flop plays a major role here. So since we have to learn this too, we should clearly mention the difference between latches and flip-flops. So before this, anywhere anyone heard this word latches and flip-flops? I think it was there in your basic
Yes, sir.
electronics.
Yes, sir. Latches.
Did you went through across this in the basic electronics topics? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So same thing, latches. So both are part of your sequential only. both are part of your sequential only. Okay, so the building blocks will get vary. So latches means the building blocks will be your logic gates. Flip-flop means building blocks are your latches,
Flip-flops.
nothing but your sequential circuits. Okay, so you can see there the difference clearly mentioned, and I can tell latches are depending upon enable input. Latches are depending upon enable input, whereas flip-flops depends upon your clock pulses. So clock is what we will discuss later. It's a signal which we are going to give, an input signal at which the level will get changing or triggering will happen. Okay, so then I can tell latches are called as level triggered and flip-flops are called as edge trigger. So level trigger, edge trigger, you know the difference between level trigger and edge trigger? Can anyone tell me what is the difference between level trigger and edge trigger? Just check out what I'm writing. Is it visible? I'll just change the color.
So level means one
Yeah.
complete cycle, sir.
Pardon?
Level means one complete cycle.
So level trigger
From positive to
means
negative.
either 0 or 1. Say I can tell the level, either I am in level 0 or in level 1. So if I say 0, it is like this. If I say 1, it is like this. Correct? A level, a complete level, whether it's 0 or 1. But if I say edge trigger, I can go with edges like this. So I can connect the pulses. I'll just show just a minute. So pulses look like this. So here I'll just join to this. Is it visible here what I'm writing?
Visible, sir.
Yeah, just look at here. It look like this. Pulses. This is what we are going to call a clock pulses. It look like this. So here we will be dealing something called edge triggering. So if I say at positive edge means at this particular point, at this particular rising edge, you can see the rising edge, right, from 0 to 1. This is called as positive edge of a clock. And if I say falling edge, that is this part. So here, the downside of what I am discussing here, the downward part, this one. Is it fine? So this is called as negative edge. So positive edge trigger is this and negative edge trigger is at this point. So this is how you need to differentiate the level triggering and edge triggering. Am I clear, everyone? You got the difference between few latches and flip-flops? Latches means what, and it depends upon what and how the input signals are controlled. So latches purely depends on enable input. I hope you already got the meaning of enable from module number 2, right? And flip-flops will deal with your clock inputs that we will discuss in this particular chapter. So am I done till here? Everyone?
Yes,
Is
sir.
it fine? Okay. So this will tell you the slide, what is visible. Is it visible here?
Visible, sir.
Yeah. So it will tell you clearly the uses of your latches and flip-flops. Latches and flip-flops uses. So both are used for storage information. Okay. And both are depending upon the building blocks of your sequential circuits such as counters and shift registers. And they are used to store the information present in your RAM and register. Okay. So the maximum capacity of your latches and flip-flop is 1 bit. That is why it's called 1 bit bistable elements. So 1 bit is what the maximum capacity you have. So these are the few uses you should understand. So the application, if you come, means so mainly for storage purpose, transfer purpose, and counting purpose and division of your frequency, we will try to use this. See, without knowing the application for what purpose we are using flip-flop and latches, if you learn the thing, it is meaningless. So try to have an analogy. So whenever you want to store some information or transfer some information, or you want to count some information or divide some information, you need to make use of this flip-flops. Am I clear? Everyone, am I clear?
Yes.
Okay. So straight away we'll move to latches now. So I told you latches is one topic, and similarly flip-flop is one topic. So I try to make some points here so that it will be easy for you to remember. So latches, it's a sequential circuit and a type of storage device, and it has bistable. It means two stable states. So you can see the diagram and I will tell you how the two states look like. So then the outputs of circuits are complement to each other. You can see the outputs, one is Q and one is Q bar. I think in the beginning slide I showed one diagram on inverter. So in which gate is present here now on the slide? What gate it is?
NAND gate. NAND gate.
So
NAND.
yeah, good. So NAND gate. So here they are going to ask you to realize the latches. Different types are there like SR latch, D latch. We will go with this. So they will ask you to realize the latches using NAND gate and NOR gate. So that's why you just have an awareness whenever they ask NAND gate. So just try to write the NAND gate like this. And I showed you it is a bistable, so there will be a cross coupled. So along with this, so output is connected to input, input is connected to output. That is what sequential means, right? The output depends upon present as well as previous inputs. So present input is S bar and R bar. Previous outputs are your Q and Q bar. So that is why that cross connection comes. Am I clear till here? Everyone, is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is what simple things you should remember. I'll just read out the things you can look at there. So the cross coupled sequential circuit having a bistable. So the bistable means set and reset are the two states what we have, in which the output of gate 1 is the input of gate 2. Now, so the output of gate 1 means what? Your Q1 output is acting as an input for other, similarly vice versa. The output of gate 2, that is your gate 2 is this NAND gate, acts like an input for your gate 1. So that is how the connection should be whenever you connect any latches or flip-flops in this. Is it fine till here? Everyone, is it fine? Shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
So next, coming to the types of latches, what we are going to use. So there are mainly two types. One is SR latch and D latch. So in SR latch and D latch, nothing much you should learn in D latch. More you should learn on SR latch. You can see the difference there. SR latch, you need to learn about active low input, active high input, and gated latches. So D latch is just a symbol representation along with NOR or NAND implementation using a truth table. So but maximum thing you need to learn based on your SR latches. Okay. So this is the overview of your types of latches. Just have an idea about this. Let's straight away move to your first latch, that is called SR latch. So before going for this, any doubts anyone till here? Shall we proceed? Shall we proceed? Yeah, I'm audible here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So let's move on then. So SR latch. So some of the important points what you should remember, it is there on the slide. You can just glance it. So it is a storage element and it has two inputs, set and reset. That is what they mention, R and S. and two outputs Q and Q bar. Okay, so whatever the bistable or sequential circuit comes, it involves always two outputs, one is Q and one is Q bar. Okay, so whatever the output you're going to get for Q, that will be complemented for Q bar, right? So you can see there Q bar and Q both are complemented to each other, and latch using your NOR gate is called as active high. I hope in the previous slide I told you what are the things you need to learn in SR latch. I told you active low, active high input and gated latches, right? So now that will tell you what is the meaning of that. So active high means you need to make use of the implementation using NOR gate. Okay, if it is active high means you need to make use of using NAND gate. Is it fine? If Q is 1, the condition is set. If it is 0, the condition is reset. So this is what the thing you should analyze. So you can look at the diagram. So you can tell me what type of input diagram it is. Is it active high or active low?
Active low.
Good, because we are using NAND gate. Same diagram, if you replace using your NOR, that becomes active input latch. Is it fine? So just remember, Q is 1 means set. If it is 0 means reset. Is it okay till here? Everyone, is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Shall we proceed? Yeah. So this is how the truth table. See, they have shown both. So this is for NAND and this is for your NOR logic. Okay. So the truth table says if both inputs are 0, 0, so then it will be in no state, no change state. Means however it is, that will be as it is. That is the meaning of memory. You can look at truth table here, right? Truth table. If both inputs are 0, 0, so you can see memory is in Q bar is in memory. It means that it is retaining its position. There is no change. If I make set as 0 and reset as 1, so whatever set is there, that will be coming as your Q. You can see what is there. Set is 0 means your Q is 1 and Q bar is 0. So if set is 1, reset is 0, the output becomes 0, 1. Again, if it is 1, 1 state, this goes to high impedance state. So what is the meaning of high impedance state here? Have you heard this word high impedance state? Anyone? Have heard this word called high impedance state? So I will tell for 1, 1 condition, the gate reaches high impedance. What is the meaning of high impedance?
It retains the
Pardon?
previous output.
Retains the previous output. Good. So that is why it says memory, and something there you can see here. You can just make out the difference between the two tables. So now the truth table, first one what I am showing, that is for your NOR gate logic, and NOR gate logic tells what here. NOR gate
Active high.
means active high. So just look at here. Whenever active high, you can look at here the screen, right? Set is 1, then only the memory is high, that is output is coming. If set is 0, memory will be, output will be 0. That is for NOR gate. Similarly, just with respect to your NAND gate. So can you make out the difference here? Can you make out the difference? See here, active low. Whenever set is 0, that time only I am getting my output as 1. I hope everyone got the difference between active and active low now. Am I clear? Is it fine till here? Active low logic, active high logic for SR latch?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So coming for next type, that is gated. So we told 3 types, right? Active low, active high is done, and last type is gated SR latch. So the things which you need to understand here, I have mentioned the points. It amplifies the SR latch output. It means what? Your gated latch, NAND gate they are representing here. it will amplifies your SR latch. What is the meaning of amplification?
Increasing the strength.
Good. So you're going to increase the strength of your weak signal. So see, whenever communication comes, it means the signal will be passing through N what? Devices. So obviously the way you're sending the input, you may not expect the same thing at the output because the strength of a signal becomes weak. So if you want to strengthen that, we need to do amplification. Correct na? That is what your SR flip-flop does here. Okay? And gated SR latch works with enable input. This was not done in case of your previous two states. That is a thing extra you should learn in this gated SR latch. So both depends upon your enable pin. Both means NAND as well as NOR gate realization I'm telling. Okay. Is it fine here?
Yes, sir.
You can see the last statement here. So enable signal in case of gated SR latch and clock signal in case of normal SR latch. You can use clock signal also or a normal thing. If it is a gated SR latch, default you have to go with your enable pin.
Enable.
So diagram you can look at here. So S is there, R is there. So one input of each has been shorted given to enable. So enable pin is controlling your gated. That is the meaning of gated means I am controlling. So this is realization using completely NAND. Same way you can get the truth table also. So you can see selection pin if it is in high impedance state, I mean don't care condition, irrespective of your set and reset, output remains same. Okay. So if enable pin is 1, look at the 0 0. Can anyone tell me why the first two things are same? Anyone tell me why this is same? Your XX condition with enable 0 and enable 1 output remains same. Why? What is the meaning of Q bar?
Output, sir.
No, output is fine. That meaning is what? Is it memory or is it current state? Or it is taking the previous state answer only?
Previous state, sir.
Correct, na? See, whenever we check out the don't care condition with enable 0, whatever the output is there, the same thing will replica for the next 0 0 condition. That is why it is written as, just what's it? Yeah, it is written as Q bar in both the condition. Okay. Then set is 0, output is 0. So why output is 0?
Active
Why
low,
output is
sir.
0? It is active low.
Active low
That's
enable.
all. That is what the thing you remember. So 1 0, enable should be 1, output is 1, and last condition it says invalid, means it goes to high impedance state. So this is what you need to understand in your gated NAND SR latch. Am I clear till here? Am I clear till here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now coming to the next part, that is your D latch. So as we learned with respect to your what? SR latch, same way with respect to your D latch. Okay. So can anyone tell me what is the meaning of D? As we got SR means set and reset. What can be the expansion of D here?
Data latch.
Good. So one is data and one more is delay. Okay. So the advantage of your D latch or D flip flop is whatever the input you are going to give, same will come as a output. So then it acts like a buffer. I think we discussed last time. Buffer means what? Is it a delay element?
Yes, sir.
Can we use buffer as a delay element? Yes or no? So same way your D latches also. So whenever you want delay in some particular network or a circuit, you just incorporate or add this D latch and you can get some delay. It means you are performing n number of operations together. You want to pause some operations or processing unit. You can't do the things directly, right? So you put delay. So instead of coming for 5 seconds, it will come for some 10 seconds or 20 seconds. It will be in terms of nanosecond usually. I hope you got the difference between your what? D latch to your SR latch. Everyone? Am I clear?
Yes.
Yeah, you can see there. So D latch stands for data. I can call this as delay also because it is providing delay for me. And it has one input and two outputs. One input is Q, that is D, and two outputs are Q bar. So NOT gate is used in D latch. So you're going to use NOT gate in the D latch. Okay. So what is the thing you need to go with respect to your truth table? If Q is 1, then latch is set. If common thing what you learned in the previous SR, right? Same way. So this is a symbol representation. I can use using NAND also. I can using NOR also. But one NOT gate is required. Now tell me by seeing the diagram of your D latch, why NOT gate is required? Why NOT gate is required? What happens if NOT gate is not there? Yeah, I'm asking you only.
Sir, it goes
If
to
not gate is,
impedance, high impedance.
it goes to impedance. Okay, good. You just put the input as D as 0. Okay, we'll analyze here. So we'll take D is equal to 0 here. So assume that your inverter is not here. I'm just shorting this directly. Tell me what is the output. If I give D as 0, so I'll just short this. So assume that there is no inverter. What's the output? If D is 0 for your NOR gate realization, what is the output? You're thinking the answer or you're realizing what you're doing? You got what I'm asking, right, everyone? See, whenever you want to realize anything, you should provide input, right? Then you will come to know how it is working. So if I give D is equal to 0 in this example, and I am not taking this NOT gate to consider, I am just shorting it. What is the answer I am asking? If you tell that, same way you can analyze for NOT gate also. Can anyone tell me? So you can take the previous state of your assumption. Previous state, because this is where one more input comes, right? This is where one more input comes. So you should be having awareness about this. Yeah. What will happen if there is no NOT gate? Think and tell the answer is there only. No one? No one got what I'm asking? If I give input as 0 without that NOT gate, what is the thing happening is a question.
So invalid state.
Invalid state. Okay, then? Okay, you just look at this previous slide and tell me you can find any answer. You can see that the point what I given means. So D latches removes the invalidity of SR latch. So it means what? It gives correct complement inputs on S is equal to 0 and R is equals to 1 in NOR gate. And similarly S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 0 in NAND gate. Correct? So from that point, can you tell me the answer now? So what diagram it is? Is it active low or active high?
Active low. Active high, sir.
Active low na. And nor is matter the diagram.
Active high,
high.
sir. Normal.
Active high. Active high considers that D latch gives the correct complement inputs on S is equals to 1, R is equals to 1. S is equals to 1, R is equals to 1. If I give D is equal to 0 here, if I remove NOT gate, what is the thing happening is a question. No one got? Okay, just listen now. See, D I am giving 0. This 0 comes straight away to this first NOR gate. Agree? Yes or no? Is it coming straight away? Yes or no, yeah?
Yes, sir.
So, if this inverter is not there, the same 0 will come. Right or wrong? Was it so difficult here to analyze the things? I think you not went through such kind of things by giving input how to get the output. So such kind of task is done or not for you earlier? Not from my subject, I am telling in general with basic electronics or maybe in your PU you also learned electronics subject. So by giving inputs you have not realized the circuits? Have you done or not? Tell me first of all, yes or no? Yeah? No answer means what I should tell, think here. Is it yes or no anta ಅನ್ಕೋಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ನಾನು? Shall I give this task? Will you realize at least after some time, maybe next class? Shall I? Realize ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? Everyone? Yeah, I'm asking you people only. Will you?
Yes, sir.
Only one is telling yes, others? See, everything is there. You just need to substitute the value and tell me what happens if inverter is given, inverter is not given. That's it. That is what your question. If I short this directly, what happens? If I give inverter, what happens? Will you analyze this? Everyone? Yes or no? No answers only? Yeah? No one is ready to analyze this. I am giving time here. I didn't ask till now only. At least you take time. I think next class is on Friday. By Friday, can you tell me?
Sir, by using
Will you?
inverter, we can remove that invalid state.
We can remove the invalid state. Good. So I want this statement to be proved with analogy. By taking the input as 0 and 1, what is the corresponding outputs you get? That is correct. What I told is correct. Invalidity will be overcome. In which way is what we want? Unless until you put the input to that circuit, you won't come to know how it is happening. That is what I want you to realize. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Is it fine, everyone? So Friday class, I want you to realize this difference with inverter, without inverter in D-latch. Okay? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let me give this task for you. See, if you sit and analyze For 5 minutes, you'll get the answer. Just give input 0 and check out what is the corresponding output. If it is inverter is there, if it is not there. So it is your task. I want everyone to tell the answer on Friday class. Okay. So the truth table for D-latch is shown below. You can look at once. If enable is 1, whatever input D is 1 means your Q will be 1 and Q bar is complement of that. Similarly, D0 means D0. So you can look at the advantage, right? Whatever things you are sending, same thing will come out. If enable is 0, then whatever inputs you are going to give, so the output remains in the previous state. That is what the QQ bar indicates. Okay. So last part, we will try to do this clock pulse and we'll wind the class today. So clock pulses. So you can see the different clock pulses are represented here. You can see here. So the clock pulses. So what is the meaning of one full cycle in this clock of pulse of train? See, they are given train pulses. This like pulses means you can see here, it is shown. Okay, let me write here. The pulse of train means what? You can write the things here, right? So you can tell me which is having rising edge and falling edge. So from where to where you can consider as one complete cycle. So just mark here, just tell me, is it from here to here? I can call it as one complete cycle. Can I add? Is it called as one complete clock period? Yes or no? The starting edge with starting edge of next. Is it called as one complete cycle?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that is what you need to analyze here. Clock pulse means it will be like going like this, n number of things. So you just need to understand the clock signal is this complete diagram, and clock period means one complete cycle. So the thing what I marked here, this dot to this dot is called as clock period. So clock plays a major role. So whenever we deal with respect to your flip-flops, so flip-flops are depending upon your clocks only. Okay, na? So rising edge, falling edge, I already told you. So just have a mindset. So if it is rising edge, it means clock is high. So this part, this is, I can call it as clock is high, and this down part I can call it as clock is 0. So clock high, clock 0. Is it fine? Everyone? Am I clear? So
Yes, sir.
time required to complete one complete cycle or one cycle is called as clock period, and it varies from here to here. So is it fine, everyone? Is it fine? Have you got the meaning of clock pulse? Clock pulse nothing but clock signal only. But clock period means from here to here. Is it fine, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next class we will deal with the flip-flops. We will take one example of your latches and we will try to analyze the things using NAND gate and NOR gate. So then we'll go to flip-flops. But next class task, I hope everyone got. So I want everyone to Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all are there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 7,
Present, sir.
8,
Present, sir.
9. Vaishnavi is not there. Okay, 10,
Present, sir.
11. 11, Sakshi is not there. 12,
Present, sir.
13, 13, 14 not there. 15,
Present, sir.
17, 16 is also there. 16 also not there. Okay, 17,
Present, sir.
18,
Present, sir.
19,
Present, sir.
20,
Present, sir.
21, 22,
Present, sir.
23.
So 21, sir.
Present, sir.
Yeah, given. 24,
Present, sir.
5,
Yes, sir. Present, sir.
6,
Present, sir.
7, 8,
Present, sir.
9,
Present, sir.
30,
Present, sir.
31,
Present, sir.
4, 134 is not there. 35,
Present, sir.
36,
Present, sir.
7,
Present, sir.
8, 9,
Present, sir.
40,
Present, sir.
41,
Present, sir.
42 is not there. Yes. 43, okay, 17 series Nag,
Present,
Sir,
sir.
43 present.
yeah,
Sir, 143 present.
Sir, Nag is present, sir.
130,
Sir, 143.
yeah, Ashwin, given. Ritvik,
Present, sir.
yeah, 19 series Telecom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All are there?
Present, sir. Yes, sir. Present, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
fine.
sir.
Enter in the chat box. So see you next class.